New support added for ChatGPT 4 Turbo, as well as brand new functionality that we've been waiting forever for, coming up in this week's weekly breakdown right now. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Michael McAllister back with another weekly breakdown. To kick things off this week, we have updates to the conversation view inside your HighLevel accounts. The conversation view is the conversations tab right on the left-hand side. When you go to that, very similar to like what you would expect on your cell phone, whether it's Android or iPhone, just as far as a pretty clean, unified communication experience all right here. But now we also have this right-hand side, which we did have before, right? We had a little bit of information over here. What they've added is they've now added tasks and notes as well. This is feedback that we've gotten a lot from loan officers over the years is they wish that notes were a little bit more accessible. They wish that their tasks were a little bit more accessible. Well, now they are right here on the right-hand side next to your conversation. All right, next up, we have added support for GPT-4 Turbo inside of your HighLevel workflows. So if you didn't know, you can use ChatGPT, you can make calls to ChatGPT, and you can use the responses in your workflows directly within HighLevel. So this is what that looks like, right? When I'm in here, I create a new I'm inside of a new workflow. If you don't know how to create a workflow, this is probably not something that pertains to you all that much right now, but pay attention just in case. If we go here, add an action, right? We don't need a trigger. I'm just demonstrating the action. I'm going to type in GPT, and the model that was here before was GPT 3.5 Turbo. We now have access to GPT 4 Turbo. The other thing that they're rolling out with this is that they've slashed the prices in half for GPT actions. So essentially twice as many actions for the same price. They're able to do this because of efficiencies that they've implemented in their backend and making these calls and receiving the responses that make it so that it's a lower cost, a lower load on their cloud servers. So really cool. Check this out. If you're a GPT nerd like myself, then you're definitely going to want to jump in here and try this out. All right, next up, we now have some enhancements to Conversation AI, which is HighLevel's native chatbot interface. If you didn't know that HighLevel had a chatbot interface, let me jump into it really quick before I show you what I'm about to show you, right? This Conversation AI should be in your settings section as long as your agency has it enabled. If you don't see this and you're an Empower client, please let us know. You should. Everybody should have access to this. So if you come in here, you're able to try out your bot. You're able to train your bot with different inputs, different links and whatnot, right? Here's a couple links that we did to kind of test this out. You're able to add some Q&As, configure some intents in here. Really cool, really simple chatbot interface. Now, I'm not saying that for those of you that aren't super tech savvy that you should jump in and go build a chatbot. But what I'm saying is that if you do have any sort of technical background, or you're typically good at adopting tech, this is really simple, really self-explanatory. Give it a shot. I mean, again, you get the opportunity to just try it out right here. So what are the enhancements, right? This has been around. The enhancements are specifically within the mobile app. And since I don't typically demonstrate anything on mobile, I'm going to use Sean's Loom video as a way to explain this. I've got it clipped from like 38 seconds. Pretty cool stuff. Hopefully the sound works. Let's go ahead.
Bot in the mobile app now. So check this out. So here is a good example. So someone writes in like, what services do you provide? And then what's going to happen here is these are the suggestions, and then you can decide which one and you can hit the down arrow. You can preview it down in the body, and then decide which one you want to send. This is where the AI bot is just kind of doing its thing, and it's going on autopilot mode here. And the reason is, so notice here it's going to tell you roughly when it's going to respond, and then if you touch it, you can actually decide, you know what? Actually, go ahead and send the bot to sleep because I'm going to take over this conversation and do it myself. So that's awesome. And then here, let's see. Oh, and then this shows you, hey, look, the bot actually did the response. And then you could say, oh, I love it. Yes, that's good. Or, oh, no, I didn't love it. Actually want to retrain the bot. And then when you hit retrain, it's going to automatically allow you to edit this response and train the bot right there in line. So these are all the things you can do on the web app, but now it is available in the mobile app. Again, version 3.71 or higher. And again, if you have a white label mobile app, happy to get you.
So yeah, like I said, that was the best explanation better explanation than I could have done, right? So basically you have a demonstration right there of what this looks like interacting with the chatbot with Conversation AI on mobile as opposed to doing it within the web app. As you said, all these functions were available before, but you could only do it inside of the web app. Now, if you have a bot rolling, you'll be able to see that on mobile and you'll be able to interact with it in the way that he showed in this video. All right, next up is an update that we are really excited for. Now, not a lot of individual loan officers that are doing this for themselves are going to feel the effect of this unless you are a client of Empower LO, unless you are an Empower Elite member or you are using our Send lead generation service. And even still, it might be a couple weeks to a month before you see the benefits of this, but it is something that we are really excited about, something that we have been sitting on the sidelines, waiting to see support for, which is the ability to push dashboards into an account with a snapshot. What does that mean for you? What does that mean for you if you're a branch manager, if you're somebody that runs your own white label of HighLevel? That means that you now have the ability to create a custom dashboard and attach it to the same template that you use to create your loan officer's accounts. And so that dashboard now comes with the account, right? Dashboard support was just custom dashboard support was added way after Snapshots. Snapshots have always been around. Custom dashboard support kind of started, I don't know, 6 months to a year ago. And so over time, they add functionality, they make it easier to share this between sub accounts. And we're watching this saying, hey, as soon as this is available to push out with a snapshot, then we'll invest in this deeply to make some sick standard dashboards for the mortgage industry. So now you'll see us do that. Really excited about what this means. I have a dashboard pulled up. This is our dashboard. Very, very customizable. Obviously, this one isn't necessarily going to mean a lot to you, but any other dashboard that I pull up has contact information of mortgage clients right here. So here you have names of some prospects, but that's about it. So anyways, what can you do here? If you edit the dashboard, you just have ultimate flexibility here. I mean, you're talking choosing how you want this data visually represented. So down here, you see a table. Right here, you see a chart. You also have the ability to define what date range you see on this, and then define that even further on your dashboard date range here. You have the ability to group contacts by tags, group them by custom fields, do this with calendars, do this with opportunities. You kind of have to get in to be able to appreciate just how much you can do with this, especially if you're somebody who likes dashboards. I've talked to a couple clients lately that have really big aspirations for their dashboard that this really makes possible. And that goes from really high level having like one of the worst dashboard experiences for a long time. So we're really excited about this. I hope you guys are excited about this. I hope if you're watching this and you have your own white label that you are looking at the possibilities with this. This is pretty sick. All right, next up, inside of proposals, right? Inside proposals is like the DocuSign replacement functionality of HighLevel. Now, I saw this question brought up in a Facebook group the other day, and I think it's a great question, and I would love to hear any feedback on this because I don't know the answer to it. Our mortgage company, like whatever standard that HighLevel is using for this. Now, DocuSign is not like the standard, right? There is, or maybe, I don't know, maybe DocuSign is the standard, but they share that standard, right, across the industry, and other companies have access to, like, other companies have the ability to get certified in the same way that DocuSign is accepted as a real signature. Other companies have the opportunity to certify that as well. I haven't heard anything about that from HighLevel directly. So what I don't know is if you have any sort of identity, like any sort of document that's identity sensitive, and I mean, I don't know, even an LOE, I don't know if they scrutinize LOEs on this level. It's been a while for me. So an LOE, an LOX, whatever you want to call it, like, are they going to scrutinize where the DocuSign came from? I don't know. I want to hear if you give this a shot. I want to hear like what your experience with this. If you get any pushback, I want to hear what that experience is. And I'm sure HighLevel does too. I'm sure if we bring it to HighLevel, that they likely will have plans in place to be able to like overcome that, to be able to rise to that like certification standard, whatever that is, right? So anyways, that being said, you now have the ability to define the signing order of this. Right? So whereas before, if you had multiple signers, it would just blast it to all the signers. Now you have the ability to say, no, I want to set the signing order. I want this person to sign it first. I want this person to sign it second. I want this person to sign it third. Really cool inside the proposals section. All right, last update for today. A pretty minor update, to be honest with you. It's cool. It's honestly a massive improvement for somebody that uses workflows a lot like we do, which is just some experience updates, user experience updates within the workflows section, specifically the workflow list. Before, we were limited to 10 workflows on a page, and that can get really annoying if you have a lot. Now we can do 5 times that many, putting them on a page. It loads super quickly. Again, you still sort by recent, you still sort by list. And then they eliminated a couple clicks from the process of creating a workflow, specifically if you're creating one from scratch. And again, now I can't even remember what the experience is like. I'd have to go back and watch something. But I can tell you that it wasn't this quick. If I click create workflow and I click start from scratch, it pulls me immediately into the workflow and I'm ready to start building. I know that it wasn't that easy. I know there was an extra click or two. I just don't remember exactly what it was. All right, guys, that is it for this week's Go High Level weekly breakdown for the mortgage industry. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week and we'll see you at the top.